Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, it's Tuesday morning and ain't God good and won't he do it? Oh yes he will, oh yes he will. I know y'all probably said, Lee Craft, Lee Craft, Lee Craft. You said the same thing every morning. I'm going to say Enoch, Ewok, Enoch. That means y'all sure know what to say. Look, today is Tuesday, right? I'm going to call it here Thankful Tuesday. You probably say, Lee Craft, what do you mean by thankful Tuesday? Well, thankful Tuesday because you should be thankful for every day, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna call it thankful Tuesday because, like I said, I got a lot of things that I'm thankful for, and a lot of things you should be thankful for as well. You know, life. You should be thankful for life, whether it's going good or bad. But before we get started, if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com or go to Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, all those beautiful apps. Look for the animated black man with the white beard smiling and profiling and finally realize, y'all trying to size me up. And please, if you don't mind, subscribe to my YouTube channel and also leave some comments. I would love to hear them. Thankful Tuesday. You know, I listened to my cousin the other day, Man on a Mission, speaking about his job loss and everything. Like I said, to lose a job, man, it's rough, but it's not the end of the world, though, you know. But you got a lot on your plate and stuff, man. You got to find those ways to make the income and stuff to do what you need to do for and to provide for your family. But if you got a good foundation, a good helpmate, it's gonna be okay. Cause they're gonna strengthen your mind, well, your body, your spirit, all those different things. But Thankful Tuesday, right? And I was just going through some things this morning. Some things just on my mind, just marinating, right? I said, you know what? I said, I want to break some things down. It's like when you're dealing with certain things in your life, what do you do? How do you deal with those certain things? And I say, you know what? You always gonna have what? You always gonna have black and white issues. You always gonna have abuse of power. You always gonna have jealousy. And jealousy comes with intimidation. People are intimidated by you. You know, have you ever been to a place when somebody see you, they like, man, something about that guy, I don't know what it is. And they get jealous and intimidated. Don't even know you. Don't even know you now. Don't even know you. And those are some things that I crossed in my life. You know, I remember working at a place called Phillips Lighting years ago, and they had this contractor come down one day, and I guess he wanted to evaluate the process of the way we do our job and everything. I'm just a regular worker, you know. On the dock floor, just doing what I need to do to make sure everything gets completed. And the guy came to me, he said, "So how long you been here?" So I've been here with the company about 4 or 5 years, and we moved over to we merged companies. And he said, "How long you been a supervisor?" I said, I'm not imagining here." He said, "Really?" He said, I couldn't tell the way you work ethic, the way you kind of direct the workflow. And those are some of the things that people see in you or know that you have, and others see the same thing, but sometimes they get intimidated because they feel that you're there to what? To replace them. And you're not. Your job is to be there to do the best that you can possibly do, you know? And people often ask me about the black and white issues. I mean, as long as you live, you're going to have those issues with black and white. I don't know how to resolve the issue. The only thing I'd say is we need to pray. Pray that the next generation don't come up having the same idea, but I know they're going to have that because why? Everybody's in different households. Everybody teaching their kids something totally different. But if you teach them one way about God's love, it'll bridge all those gaps. But we know we're not doing that. You know, we're not doing that. All the time you do certain things that are right, if your hand is forced and you must do right. A lot of times you still want to go against the grain. You know, jealousy. Oh man, people know your potential, man. Believe me, they know your potential, and when they know your potential, they're gonna try to do everything they can to keep you from reaching your potential. That's how they work. It's just jealousy. You know. Now it's time for a word from my sponsor. Hey, this is Lee Craft, the host of What If Podcast. I'm here at Price Taxes again. And Price, I want to ask you a question, Price. When people are upset about the amount they get back, what do you do?
Well, I never had anybody come in and say that they was dissatisfied about what I done. Main reason is the fact that if they go somewhere else, and if they're dissatisfied, maybe something that the tax preparer is not doing what they're supposed to do. When they come in this office here, I just ask them about, do you give anything to the church? Do you give anything to Goodwill? Do you help your family members out? Do you have a small hustler or a side business? What's some of the things that you are doing about your money during the course of the year? Are you helping people? So these are the things that I look at now. If you come into the office and you done made a substantial amount and you only put in $2,000 and hell, you done made 50 some thousand. Well, I make the analogy right then that you're gonna have to pay on the same because simply the fact that you didn't have enough money taken out of your check. But once I get through with you, maybe you'll be pretty good. Maybe you won't owe as much as you did when you thought you did. So that's what we do at Price Tax Service.
Okay, Price, give me the address and the phone numbers.
435-6575. Address 415 East Chevy Drive, Memphis, Tennessee, in the heart of Whitehaven.
Hey, you heard from the man himself. They ain't afraid of no audit. So you want your taxes done right, don't think twice. Call Price Taxes. Thank you. And we're back. Look, life has a lot of choices, right? No one wants to be intimidated. No one wants to be denied a position that they know that they deserve. Everybody wants what they work hard for. And a lot of times in life you don't get that because of the color of your skin, because of jealousy, and also the one thing, abuse of power. No one speaks about that, abuse of power. People abuse their powers every day. When I say every day, I mean every day they abuse their power. You probably say, what do you mean, Lee Craft? Well, for example, when you know somebody deserves a raise or deserves some kind of merit bonus, you won't give it to them. Because you give it to them, it means you shine a light on them. Because believe you me, that corporate sees what's going through those things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You probably say, how do I know? Because it's happened to me. You know, when I came to this facility, right? And I mean, when I said that the environment was terrible, it probably like the worst thing you probably ever could dream of. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it was. But you always got to try to look for what? A silver lining in every place that you go to. Look for that silver lining. And that's what I did. See, sometimes you got to remove Lee Craft or remove yourself out of the situation and just look back and say, okay, how can I fix this? Because every problem has a solution, right? And a lot of times we don't want to do what? We don't want to take time to look for the solution. We want to just, no. What I did, I came, I analyzed, I observed, I did all those things. Stuff, and I said, okay, this is where we need to start at right here. Facility had no what? Had no structure. I had no, basically had nothing. So I had to start basically from the bottom and work my way up to getting everybody on the same page. Because if you got a job that you have no set schedule for, it's coming in, you coming in late all the time, stuff like that, how can you win? How can you sustain all that? The only thing you sustain is what? Being mediocre, or on the verge of what? Closing. So I had to put on my big boy drawers and go to work. Did I get a lot of resistance? Oh man, resistance I got. But when you're in a leadership role and stuff, you gotta embrace yourself to take them punches, because they coming at you, man. They coming at you, man. You think Superman was going through something? Shit, you gotta have chill like Superman, because you gotta make the bullets bounce off of you, and that's what I did. And when we get to the point where you can talk to them, oh man, that's when you start breaking through. Excuse me. When they start coming to asking you questions, that's when you done broke through. And that's what I did. Then, like I said, went from here to there. Then the company came, some of the managers came down. We had a grand opening and everything, right? And the guy said, who is Lee Craft? Where's Lee Craft at? I said, I'm Lee Craft. I want to thank you. I'm saying, okay. You have made this facility a better place. And I said, no, it wasn't just me. It was me and my guys. And he said, introduce me to your team. So I introduced him to my team and everything, called out everybody name by name and stuff. I said, right now, I don't know what we stand for the company for being number one, but I guarantee you one thing. We're going to reach number one and we're going to sustain it. I mean, look at me like, are you serious? I was dead serious. Because one thing I learned through life, the best don't settle. The best don't settle. And people will become jealous of you. You know, the ones above you, the ones above you. But why? It just, people, see, I've often said this right here. If you don't know who you are, you'll never be who you are. And not knowing who you are can make you do things that you shouldn't be doing. And that's being jealous of somebody who's not doing anything to you, not trying to come in and take over your world and stuff. So, but that's what we have, people. The truth. Nobody want to hear the truth no more. Seems like nobody want to hear the truth. We tell the truth. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that truth. I don't want none of that truth. I don't want none of that truth. Keep the truth away from me. That's how they feel sometimes. The truth. But don't let no one dictate how you do what you do. Because if you let them dictate that, you'll be in the same spot that they in. That's nowhere land. See, when you got that inside of you, that go-getter, and you doing the right thing, oh man, they coming heavy-handed. They come with a heavy hand. So, and one thing I learned too, I'm telling one of the guys, people tell you certain things without telling you certain things. They don't want to tell you straightforward. They want to go around the world and tell you. God come to me and tell me, Lee Craft, man, I thank God that you're here. You show me a different side. Show me how I can become a better man. That's what they were telling me. And they said, you don't abuse your power. Abuse my power for what? I said, do you understand one thing, man? I said, man, I'm seasoned. The same thing. With power comes great responsibility. Anything you abuse, what thing can happen to it? You take it away. Now, if not by man, by God. So I'm just saying. So if I abuse, I lose. So I'm not gonna abuse anything. So I'm gonna try to be the best version of myself and stuff. Even when things are not going the way I feel it should go, I don't lash out and say some crazy things off the wall and stuff. No. I'm gonna say, man, what were you thinking? Let's see how can we fix this. That's what I do. So people, like I said though, no matter what you're going through, I can guarantee you one thing: it's going to be okay. I can guarantee you that. But you have to be strong in your decision making. You have to be strong in whatever it is that you do, because when you stand for something, people want you to be nothing. I'm just saying. They want to take it away. So, like I said, I don't know what God has for me. I don't know what He has for you. I don't know what He has for us. But whatever it is, if it's coming from God, I want it. I want it. And I want to be the first one to tell Him thank you. Thank you for the bad things that happened in my life. Thank you for the good things that happened in my life. Thank you for everything that you brought my way, God. Because why? Because when it came from you, I know it had meaning. That's all I'm saying to people. So, like I said, black and white will always be here. Abuse of power will always be here. And jealousy will always be here. Somebody trying to intimidate you. But as long as you got God in your life and stuff, when those things come to you, you know how to deal with it. So you got it. So with that being said, Lee Craft, this is my podcast. What if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com. One band, one sound. Together, we got an opportunity to turn this whole world around. But in order to have a real conversation, you got to have real people. You want to have a real conversation? Have a blessed day. And please find time and make time to tell